Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley press conference. It never stops. It's crazy. Jake Paul versus Woodley. The Wood versus the Paul. Why is this like on the worst site? It's not even on Jake Paul's channel. Just got a Disney bag. Well, that's just a little excessive.
We're coming this way, guys. We're coming this way.
Sorry for the bad quality. The press conference is on Fight Hype, but it just ended. It was more of like a face-off than a press conference.
More room. Hey, we're just standing right here. Guys, camera. Let's go. I need you, bro. You think this? You see, bro? He wouldn't take the bet. He wouldn't put his money where his mouth is. You know what I'm saying? He could have made twice the amount of money. I mean, whoever's over here can talk to Jake. Good luck. Thank you. All right, cool. Yeah, I got you. Right here. These guys are hurling questions at you. Jake, what's your first impression of Tyron? Little, out of his element, making shit up to try and seem cool.
Dick looks so sweaty.
He doesn't really do this at this level. This is the biggest fight of his career, and I gave it to him. You know, he should be thanking me. This is the biggest payday. Otherwise, he would have just been cut out of the UFC and then just left on the sideline. So he, honestly, he should be thanking me. But it is what it is. He wouldn't take the bet. Y'all all saw it. Y'all all got it on camera. I said I'll pay you double your purse if you beat me. But if you lose, you have to pay your purse to my charity. He lacks confidence. I mean, why wouldn't you take that bet as a fighter if you knew you were going to win?
Bro, Jake, shut up, man.
By the way, this is the biggest payday of his life.
Oh, yeah, we've heard this like 5 times already.
So, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is.
How many times has he said this in every fight lead up?
I'm famous now. I got a mic. Do you feel like you finally get credit for fighting this film? Look, you know, he's a good striker. He's known for knocking people out. I think when I beat Tyron, people have to put respect in my name. But that's not what I'm here for, to be honest. Like, I already know how good I am. I already know that this is going to be another easy fight. Showtime knows how good I am.
You think Woodley's
in business
going to be an easy fight?
You're looking at the future of boxing.
Oh, my
God.
God.
People will say it's cocky, arrogant, but
it is.
I'm just doing my thing, and I work hard.
I hate this guy so much.
Did Showtime reach out to you to make that deal? Did Showtime reach out to you to make that deal? It was like a mutual thing.
I'm sorry for the quality and like the lighting being terrible, but
I already said it like 100 times. What up, bro? Why you gotta leak the fight on us, bro? This is the guy that leaked it. He leaked it. I was trying to get the announcement.
Man, you got 2 bites of the cookie.
Yeah,
true. You got trimmed twice because of that.
True. You're right.
I got you.
You're right.
But look, man, everyone's saying that Tyron's a lot better than Askren. Do you think so?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. But like, again, he's not as good as me, and he's playing catch up. He's got 86 days. You know, August 28th is the date. He's got 86 days from now to try to unlearn all those bad habits we see holes in his whole entire game, and to try and learn how to box. He's stiff, muscle don't fight, and he's going to be out of his whole element. This is boxing. This isn't MMA, my friend, and you can't learn how to box in 86 days, and that will show in the ring. And the Disney kid is going to beat up the 5-time UFC champion of the world, the Hall of Famer, and it's going to be hilarious.
Because you know how it is, though. You need a better fighter to show what you can do. So that means you're going to show us more of what you can do against a better fighter.
Exactly. I haven't even shown my fighting abilities at all. I haven't even made it past 2 rounds in my professional career. I haven't been hit in the face. No one can even see if I got a chin. No one can see my inside fighting game. I haven't even gotten warmed up. And by the way, I'm the type of fighter that gets better in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round. I get better in sparring. And so I really haven't even been able to warm up.
I don't know about that one, Jake.
Like I'm excited to really show off my ability. If he can even make it out of the 1st round. I was training today, and I swear to God, like I think by now people have to see, like, I don't cap. I predicted every single one of my fights. I said Ben Askren 1st round. I said Nate Robinson 1st round. He got to the 2nd. I said my first pro fight 1st round. I don't think Tyron can make it out of 2 rounds. So you might.
I know, but
see my
Jake, these were not like these were
honest.
expectations. These were not like predictions.
I think he's going to be in shape. I think he's a little bit more athletic. He is a 5-time UFC champion.
The thing about Jake's fights is like he's predicted them, but that's because you are expected to knock out Ben Askren and whatnot. If you can't do that, then you're not a boxer.
Ben Askren by far, and so he's going to come in good shape. So he might be able to take a couple more punches than Ben did.
Percentage-wise, how much more money is he making for this fight than he did for his UFC fight?
A lot, like hundreds of percentages. I can't even do the math.
Jake, boxer or not, it's pretty crazy that you're a guy that's a social media guy, and now you're fighting real fighters, like just like that.
Yeah. What was the question?
Sorry. You're right, there was no question. All right, so if you're a social media star, now you come over to fighting, and like, boom, just like that, you're fighting, top UFC guys. That's gonna take a lot of balls and a lot of dedication, no?
100%. But I love it. I'm passionate about it. And look, we've been working in the dark to shine in the light. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I don't know. God gave me power, speed, and I believe I was put on this earth to box. As crazy as that sounds, and I found my home. I found my calling, and I have the best team. I have the best coaches, and
The thing is, like, Jake has fought MMA champions that are terrible, and Ben Askren, not Woodley. You know, it's like you fought a retired NBA player and a wrestler and a fighter named only Ben Askren. You fought 2 people that had these great titles but boxed like YouTubers, and that's a fact. And then you fought 2 YouTubers, one that was undertrained and one that was not good enough and was overhyped.
Here driving around, having a picnic, a Mickey bag.
You know, he's quite literally male mediocrity. Or not male mediocrity, but just working or whatever, very mediocrity. Tyron looked confident until Jake made that bet. Tyron ignoring the question was very sus.
Which is the Disney show that I was on. Created the biggest prize fighter in the world, Jake Paul, and created the biggest musical star in the world, Olivia Rodrigo. So there was something in the air on that set. But I don't even know what happened, but it created two of the biggest stars in the world.
Do you have plans to box fight, or are you just like something like
that? I'm going for McGregor. I'm going for Mayweather. I'm going for all of these guys. I want Kamaru Usman, Diaz. I got a long list, but I'm not looking past Tyron at all. I have to take him out. I have to take him out first.
And then other names. We heard maybe Michael Bisping was offered to fight.
That was prior to Askren.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of names. It's like who was available. These guys are all owned by Dana White. So who is Dana White going to let out of his contract to get knocked out?
Let me ask you, you've been outspoken about Dana White and the UFC. What does it say that Tyron is a champion?
I just hate that Jake refers to himself as the Disney star because, bro, you were on Disney. You were on Disney for like 2 years, like 3 years ago.
I think there's a movement moving forward that is going to show that fighters should be getting paid more. It's unfair.
And now he's just trying to be like, he's trying to like advocate for fighters, I guess.
Francis Ngannou versus John Jones. That fight should happen. Dana White, pay them the $10 million. He's taking their money. They're the ones making the content.
Like,
they're the ones getting in the ring.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
Goes in, snaps his leg in half. What's that look like? He may never be able to fight again and provide food for his family. These fighters are risking their life.
Well, you're acting as if you care about other people besides yourself. You don't. Why does Jake Paul always downplay himself? UFC Narcodos is gonna get knocked out by a Disney chemical cat. Because with Woodley, it's a bit different because Woodley is actually decent. But
because no one else can talk shit to Dana because he'll just sideline him and then they're fucked. I'm the only one that
because Jake is not that good. Yeah, exactly. It's like
the fight world.
he
Everyone else is
hyped
scared.
up that he was this Disney Channel star because he knows Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, Gibb, Deji. These were not accomplishments.
I think there's going to be a change in movement. We're
These were not.
the
Jake is
fight
good for the
game,
common man.
and you're
People
starting
miss
to
that
see
point.
that, you know,
Yeah,
this
it's like
is
Jake
show
is not a
business.
bad YouTube
And a lot of people
boxer.
like to focus just on the
But
sport aspect of it, but
yeah,
it's
he
all the
ran
way
away from
around. You're
KSI.
gonna see
He
fighters
ran away
starting to
from
post content more.
Dylan
You're gonna
Moran.
see fighters
He ran away
starting
from
to talk
Tommy
shit
Fury.
to
This
people
guy is
more.
a runner, and he
You know,
somehow
this is
manages
just
to.
the
He's
start
literally
of
like
something
it's
massive.
propaganda
I'm
with a
excited
person.
to
If you know what
help
propaganda
lead the
is,
way.
you'll understand
If
the
your brother
reference.
wins, do you still want Mayweather?
Last question. If your brother wins Sunday, do you still want Floyd Mayweather?
No. If he wins, he can stay in the trash.
Jake, a lot of people made a lot of money betting you on a first-round knockout against Askren. Should they do the same?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, not financial advice, but
And Jake said that if Mayweather loses to Logan,
seriously,
he
bet
wouldn't
the
fight
house.
him.
But more than no point. That's financial advice, right?
No.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Pull back. Oh, thank you. Guys.
Well, he went away from KSI before. Now he's different. Yeah, the Mayweather fight will make no sense for his goals. It's like I hate the argument that people use that like, oh well, KSI had a year of experience. Listen, guys, when KSI called out Jake, he had fought September, October, November, December, January, 6 months, not even 10 months. He had been training for. He wasn't even a life athlete. Like that 2017 was the first year KSI even was an athlete. You know what I mean? Like this guy was not a top level person. Woodley's talking now, but you can't hear him. But like, you know, KSI was not an athlete, right? And
Had he done that, that punch would have never made it.
nah, bro. Listen, here's the thing. KSI had all my experience. Jake was off the couch Disney star.
What's up, bro? What's up with you? Yeah, no, I got you, bro. Appreciate y'all. We can do it all. Gotta do it.
I think they got it.
No. We're just doing
See my dented wall.
Even as simple as just like.
Oh, and Taylor Holder was with them because he's a cloud chaser. But okay, so it's pretty much over. So, but what I was saying was with Jake. Yeah, yes, he was off of Disney, right? But he was an athlete. He was a wrestler, like his brother. And if anything, everyone's like, Jake was the better boxer. Jake was the better athlete. That's what everyone who backs up Jake says. And the thing is Logan was also not in shape. Like Logan was a wrestler and was an athlete, but he was not in like physical condition to fight. You know, he was doing movies and YouTube and boxing.
He has knockout power, and I'm going to be put to the test. I'm excited to pass that test with flying colors.
How do you feel these guys take you lightly, take what you're doing for granted?
Sorry, he's talking.
I think it's because I dress like a douchebag, and I'm a YouTuber, and I'm just an asshole sometimes, and like I just don't give a fuck, and I'm taking money out of their pockets.
The asshole part's somewhat true. Your brother yesterday said you deserve to get punched in the face with the Japan comment. Did you deserve to get punched in the face?
Shit, I don't know. I mean, would you punch someone in the face if they took your hat?
I would. I'm from Miami. It's a little different.
Yeah, so you're getting punched in the face.
Multi-fight deal with Showtime. Floyd Mayweather loves to pride himself on he legalized, like it's a legalized bank robbery. I think the Paul brothers are decent.
Well, Logan went to college for a year and then dropped out.
Mayweather needs Logan for this fight. Like, who else is he gonna fight? You know, we can fight anyone and put on a show and sell the pay-per-views. And obviously, so can Floyd, but there's no bigger fight than one of the Paul brothers.
You're doing something right. Who have you looked up to in this boxing community? Who do you admire? Who are you looking, or do you study tape? Is there a boxer that you admired growing up?
Yeah, I mean, we studied a lot of tape.
So and the thing was, is like, listen, Logan had none of these two had any boxing experience.
In many ways.
KSI, hey yo, why are you seeing this? Yes, I just reacted to the press conference Jake is being interviewed. But the thing is like KSI was not like a huge threat to Jake because he wasn't an athlete his whole life. He had boxed for 6 months. He fought a punching bag in Joe Weller. And if anything, now that we know that Jake is, I guess, better than Logan, even though my opinion is a little different, Jake probably would have done better against KSI, right? I think KSI would have beaten Jake in 2018. But again, it's like KSI called out Jake, and Jake refused. And so Logan stepped ahead. But let's remember, Logan had no boxing experience, and he wasn't in any better shape than Jake was. You know, they both had the same amount of risks. You know, and if anything, Jake was is like the same height and the same weight as KSI, so it would have been a very even fight. And people are like, oh well, it was a business move, and Jake wanted it to be brother versus brother, and I understand that. But if Jake and KSI fought, it still would have made money and made people views and brought in a full crowd in. So it's a business-wise, it would have made sense, and it would have been a challenge because again, Jake had never boxed before, and KSI also never boxed before, but he had done it for like 6 months, you know. And it's just, I don't. You can say whatever you want. KSI called out Jake, and Jake ran away from him because he was scared. And I will not. That's a fact. I'm sorry, I don't like saying that, but it's a fact. And you can say whatever you want. I'm just going to label it as an excuse.
I've covered this sport forever.
And that's my thoughts. That's my
The only
take.
fight you came out of a room for was you turned a 12-year-old girl into a boxing fan, and I think that.
Thank you, bro. I mean, that's what I'm here to do is, transfer my 60 million followers. And appreciate love, respect.
KSI is not afraid of Jake, so.
I don't want to just, be the only thing that benefits, and I think boxing is an amazing sport that saved my life, and so everyone else should watch it, know about it, and box.
Appreciate it, Jake.
Thank you. Jake, yo, what up, fam? Hi, is your name Elizabeth? Nice to meet you. I'm doing an interview with your dad.
Let's take out this phone.
All right, thank you,
Jake, real
Bye,
quick.
Elizabeth.
Jake, I asked your brother, will there be a moment where there could even be a Paul versus Paul?
100%.
One last question, Jake. What's the end goal, Jake?
4 fights into your list. Career.
It's all about the number.
Hey, Jake, what's the end goal? I know you want to compete. Yes, sir. No, besides this fight, you in your future, what's your end
I
goal?
want to have a family and kids. Jump their bikes 100 feet in the air.
That sounds like
I want you to make that goal a reality.
How excited are you to the cool mic, bro? Is he in the shot? It should be in the shot.
It is now.
Heck yeah.
How excited are you to get back in the ring in August?
Man, I can't wait. This is what I do now. I'm active as hell, and I can't wait to put on a show and really shock the world again. That's what I do, shock the world every single time.
What sort of performance can we expect from you? Another explosive one?
Explosive, electrifying, quick, and really just a boxing clinic. For real, it's going to be a boxing clinic in there, and you're going to see me pick apart UFC.
Logan is not there.
We last saw you in action against Ben Askren. Do you think you made a real statement with that performance? You got past a pro fighter with relative ease.
Yeah, I think it's a statement. I didn't really even get to show what I'm capable of. You underestimated me, just like all of these guys are. Tyron does no idea what he's getting himself into. He's playing catch up. I'm way better skill, way better cardio, faster, stronger, heavier, taller, longer reach. Everything is stacked against him, and I think he's delusional. But of course, he wants to take it.
That's it.
Knock out on decision.
Security, keep everybody on this side, please.
Everybody on this side.
Nobody.
Hey, Jake, knock out on decision.
Knock out.
Right here, knock out. Okay,
Let's crack it. Why niggas are walking over here like this? I'm just saying this. We chilling.
You gotta stay right here.
Webtoon. They're gonna do a. Oh shit.
appreciate it. Y'all keep doing your thing. Yeah, appreciate it. I just seen everybody coming like this. Showtime, baby. Showtime! Time is it? All the activity. Photo shoot. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody.
Everyone, can we spread out a little bit too?
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Well, Tyron and Jacob facing off yet again outside.
Don't touch it. Go back up. That's it, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Let me get that mic off you. That's it, guys. We're done. Give me
My mathematics is not here.
No. You the
fun?
You the math.
314, baby. I was with you with your UFC gym, man.
You were all there when it started. You too, thank you. Yeah, no, I don't really bring my emotions into the fight. You know, like I'm a robot. All right, one interview with this player. Which report? Watch this out.
Sorry, I was talking for not a long time, but Jake was just doing interviews. And it's actually like, why was it not on Jake's channel? Like this press conference was this face off, you could call it, was so bad.
We got first round, second round, third round. What do you call it?
I think like second round. He's gonna get knocked down in the first round. Be like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? Get up, make it through, survive the bell, go to his corner, and then he's gonna come out and get off in the second round.
I was talking to your brother earlier and I asked him the same thing. Did you think when you started making the YouTube video that you'd be, this type of?
Yeah, I want Woodley and Jake to be a competitive fight.
Hell no, but that's the beauty of life, right? You never know what you go to lead to another road. And I think I was put on this earth to become a boxer and knock people out. So I found my calling and found my home.
Do you feel like this is a long-term deal for you?
100%. I call myself the future of boxing. I have to live up to my name.
What's next for you? I know you got this.
Why you're not the future of boxing, Jake? You're just money to people.
I mean, there's a lot that's next.
You're meaningless now.
I got my investment. I'm making tech investments. I have my own promotions company. It's a partnership with Showtime for these events. So we're doing the most valuable promotions, most valuable fighters, all that. And just living my life, man. I'm 24 at the end of the day. And so
I'm just 24 at the end of the. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't like the guy.
You kind of have a whole generation, Gen
Gets
Z,
views.
whatever they want to call your crew. What do you think you're saying to them? As far as what you can create in your own thing.
I think No, yeah, I think that's the beauty of this is like showing kids that anything is possible, and no matter what box people try to put you in, you can always break out of it as long as you work hard. People wanted me to be.
I can tell they hate each other from the smack talk, and they were going to bomb on each other from round one. Yeah, I hope that it's competitive. Like I don't want it to. I don't think it will be a bloodbath. You know, I don't think it will be Jake dominating or Woodley dominating. I think it will be a very even fight. Jake will get some good hits in. Woodley will get some good hits in. My hope so, and I think that Jake will hit the canvas. But don't quote me on that. But I'm very confident that Jake will go down at this in this fight.
So I think it's amazing.
And I feel like if Woodley hits Jake really hard and really good, I think that Jake won't be able to survive it.
You're not fighting these real boxers.
Well, I would say come see me in the gym.
Yep. Right. Appreciate you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Jake, you head to toe Disney, man.
Drippy.
What inspired this?
So Tyron, likes to say I'm a Disney kid, and so I was like, yo, I am a Disney kid. I'm gonna knock you out.
How many rounds are you gonna go?
Two rounds. That's
Jake says 2 rounds.
Confidence, I like.
I don't think that will happen. I think Jake could lose in 2 rounds. I can Nappy just sends a crying emoji.
Just family friends, maybe even fellow fighters, that you're actually taking a big challenge. I see a lot of kind of real guys, real fighters, real guys in the boxing game. They'll give you a lot of credit for going about it the way you are.
Yeah, I think people are like, damn, you're really doing this now, huh? Like, this is a massive fight.
What is he not lying about?
Give me kudos. And they're like, damn, this is the biggest fight yet. And people just really can't believe it. I don't think anyone expected me to take on a 5-time UFC world champion in my 4th pro fight. Like, who did Floyd Mayweather fight in his 4th fight? The guy was 0-0, like 0-4 or something like that. Same with Anthony Joshua. He fought like a guy who had 1 win. So I'm taking on a lot higher level of.
But they were boxers.
Earlier on in my career than a lot of these boxers.
Really? You're gonna downplay Mayweather and?
He said exactly what you said. He's like, Jake, I gotta give a lot of respect to. He's like, he's fighting MMA guys the first 3 fights.
The only reason why Jake is able to fight him is not because people see it or because he's taking a risk. It's because the promoters see that he brings in money. It's like
people have to somewhat respect that. And look,
I just don't like when he discredits like Mayweather and Joshua. It's like they were actually fighting people that know how to box. You know, like you're not fighting a boxer, you're fighting an MMA fighter.
Chad Johnson or the guy who's fighting.
And you only are where you are. You're only fighting him because you are social media star. Like with real boxers, they have to prove themselves instead of working their way to where you are now because you just have a career of mediocrity. That stare down was electric. Their fight is going to be at some dope press conferences. Will by knockout round 6. About Jake knocking T-Wood down to go beyond.
Look, I've been giving him a lot of advice in camp about mindset, just helping him with the
and
watching him. And
I don't know. I think it will be 8 rounds. I think it is 8 rounds, but I think Jake could put Woodley on the canvas, but I don't know if he could put him down completely. You know, Woodley's got a chin, and Askren didn't really have one. Nate never fought. Didn't have one. Veggie definitely didn't have one.
That's it, guys. That's it, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, Jake. I know you said you made a bet with Dana, right?
Yeah.
What happened? Did you get paid?
No, bro. He's fucking broke. All cap. Bro, he's all cap. Like, how are you going to say that you're going to bet $1 million on Ben and then just, like, disappear off the face of the earth? And now he's saying that Tyron's going to win. So, Dana, like, sack up, bro, you bald bitch. Put your money where your mouth is.
Damn, bald. Can I call him a bald bitch?
No, you're not a bald bitch. You're bald and you're good looking. He's a bald bitch. He looks like an earthworm.
Easy, Earthworm Jim?
What?
Too old for that, I guess. Look, I heard people try to say, oh, Ben Askren took a dive. I was on the ring apron. That dude's face broke his fall.
Yeah. Dude, you were actually the closest person to the knockout, I think. I mean, if you're going to take, like, I don't even know how. People are going to have excuses for anything at this point. They don't want to see me win. They're going to say whatever. And by the way, when I do it to Tyron, they're going to probably say the same thing. So get used to it.
Because you're fighting scrubs.
I think that people don't realize that this is not a novelty for you, that you're serious and you want to be great at boxing. I think that you're.
You can't discredit Woodley unless he's terrible, which then I can discredit. I can still discredit the Woodley fight if he's Ben Askren bad.
They had a long amateur career. You're pretty good for your where you're at in your development, no?
No, 100%. Like, I had an amateur career in sparring. You know, we sparred over 200 times. My coach BJ was like, "Yo, we need to get your amateur career in the gym. You need to spar everyone." I've sparred everyone. 6'6". I sparred a 6'9" guy. I sparred a guy who's 5'2" that's faster than lightning. I've sparred everybody. So I got my amateur career in the gym, and that's something that a lot of people don't know.
Man, I see no way Jake wins. Tyron is a monster.
But I put in the work.
I wouldn't say that because
I'm fighting these guys who are supposed to be good, and I'm better than them because I'm naturally talented. I'm younger.
okay, then why aren't you fighting Tommy Fury?
You know, not to blow up your ego anymore, but I've spoken to a lot of good fighters. Jojo Diaz, Tevin Farmer, Andre Berto. They all say the same thing. Jake Paul has hands.
Those are my guys, all of them.
So, and so does Taylor Holder.
So I got a hand.
On building the next generation behind him, and Taylor, one of his closest homies, is gonna be next on that come up.
June 12th. June 12th. Taylor Holder, baby. Let's fucking go. Hey,
that's it, guys.
And most humans have hands. So.
They do. That's true.
How much Spanish can learn in Puerto Rico?
I'm trying, bro. I'm getting a Spanish teacher, but I'm bad.
Yeah.
You fought in April. You're fighting again in August. Are you gonna fight again before the end of the year?
We'll see. I've been fighting nonstop. I've been fighting and more active than most pro fighters. So I might take a break and buy like a 400-foot yacht or something and sail the coast of Italy or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
That's it.
And Nikisa, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
You
gotta fight that car.
But yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so, like...
Were you kind of all for on board with the Tyron Woodley fight?
Tyron is even faster than Jake and has more power than Jake. He knows how to feint. Woodley is on another level. Yeah, like, Tyron has knockout power. I'm not saying he's a bum, but, like... And I think he'll fight really well. But, like, there's something in me that's, like, I don't want to fully go against Jake because then all the realist fans, you know, the Jake Paul and boxing fans, they'll come at me. So I want to be, like, conservative on my thinking right now. I'm being cautiously optimistic. And I'm not trying to downplay Woodley at all because I think he will be Jake's best fight of all time. And I think that he will give Jake a tough time even if Jake wins. If Jake loses, Woodley should not have a rematch and no one to fight Jake, including KSI, because then guess what happens? Jake fades into irrelevancy. Don't give Dylan a second chance. Tyron's his last fight he lost, but he owed his last opponent bad. If Jake gets that, Jake won't know what to do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if he boxes, if Woodley boxes, and it's not if he boxes traditionally and not like MMA boxing, he's conservative. He trains hard. He spars hard, and he doesn't go like Nate Robinson and go super fast or go snail pace like Ben Askren. I think he can win this. And he just needs to, know when to throw the right shots at the right time and really show Jake that there is power to him. Because Woodley isn't a joke.
Okay, Jay. What up, baby? What's going, man?
Oh, Gion Love.
What up, baby? Missed the whole thing. Team's all here. I just got in time. Just in time. It's over. Ain't nobody doing shit. Jillian, it seemed like you were gonna get the Woodley fight.
Nah, Woodley ain't no fool.
But you popped it off. Yeah, you popped it off. He's still gonna get it.
You don't know nothing about these. You don't know nothing about these.
I'm trademarking that, bro. I need to throw some words. You're the matchmaker. You're the matchmaker. You got your matchmaking. I love when you were like, you ain't said nothing but a word.
I ain't saying shit but a word. What you mean?
You're out here mad at me. That shit's funny.
You're late. Bro. You just get here. What I miss? Everything.
Yo, make sure you tell him about Fight Night. Make sure you let him know.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah, Fight Night.
Woodley is a certified killer. You have no clue how Jake wins.
They
Or
weren't
Jake
talking
might
about
be
shit though.
fight
Was it?
differently. His confidence won't be there because he knows that at any moment he can get knocked out.
Bro, listen. He got a overhand right. You got to remember this. We talking about boxing from a boxing aspect. He might have some like beginner level skill set in the boxing, some amateurish boxing skill. Let's scratch the YouTube. Let's scratch social media. Let's scratch it all. Bro, we working. Like we works. Like I hit Jake. He can take a good punch. He can deliver a good punch. He's game. Motherfucker talking about, yo, I want to do doghouse rounds. I'm like, Jay, what you doing? Like, you know, you gotta do. No, bro, I just want to. He continuously trying to push himself. Tyron. So what's his name? Tyron Woodley. Yeah, Tyron Woodley. Is no pressure. We ain't tripping. We ain't tripping about shit, man.
Did he ever make that bet when the cameras turned off? Did he ever make
Fuck
it?
no. That ain't stupid.
Yeah, I think that Jake can lose this fight pretty easily, but and I want him to, but I just want to be cautious. From a boxing standpoint, his feints, good work, good footwork, and a very hard right hand, but that anyway he lands it will hurt.
You know what I mean? I think he just was upset we was fucking with him.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the highlights, man. I've seen the highlights, Kevin. I've seen that. The man's got power. He's got a nasty power. But Jake, I think will have maybe stronger taking money, man. I'm telling you. Okay, Kevin, I'm believing you. Like, listen, Kevin, I believe you. I believe you. But I don't. Again, I just don't want to get clowned on. I just don't want to get clowned on. Because I just I don't want to be in a situation where Jake somehow wins, and then everyone's like, ha ha ha, and then I'm like, well, what do I say? But I think that Jake's aggressiveness could work against him in this fight because if he comes up super aggressive and Woodley is very composed and he just goes like, but I mean, Jake's aggressiveness has worked in the past too. So, yeah, I believe that I don't think Jake can take a shot and yeah, I think he has heart, but I think if he gets hit hard, like in the ears, in the equilibrium, and his balance is gone, whatnot, and Woodley does that really well, I think it's over for Jake. And yeah, that's yeah, man. I just don't want to be wrong in this case, but I definitely think Woodley can beat Jake. That's why I think it's a 50-50. And even if Jake loses, I think he'll hold his own quite well and still impress people. I don't think Jake is someone that gets hit and then gets back and doesn't get back up. But I think he's someone that gets hit and won't want to go on. And he's had easy fights for 3 years now. And if he has his first hard fight, and he's not even had a semi-hard fight. He's had all easy fights. And this is his first really tough challenge. I just don't think it's smart, which is why I said that he should level up the competition, and he didn't. And I feel like this is his fourth fight, but I feel like it's kind of diminished in a way because we've seen so much of him and he's boasted so much. Like if this was in place of the Ben Askren fight, I think it would be more of an impact than what it is now. Six legs. Yeah, six. We got 6 legs once again. Woo! We got a more clear version of the video of the face-off.
All right, so face it off. Big fight here announced. Woodley hasn't won a fight, 4 fights. Jake Paul is saying he's the new king of boxing. Biggest draw there is. MMA guys saying it's all on him. Boxing versus MMA. Neither of you. But it's a big fight. That's what people are coming to see.
We lost 4, I won 4. Not anymore. Not anymore.
5 world champions.
You can't pay rent with those belts.
5 world champions.
What have I done? I gave Disney Gucci collab. Disney Gucci collab. Yeah, you're about to get beat up by a Disney kid. It's gonna be pretty embarrassing for you. It's gonna be pretty embarrassing for you.
You land on the ground, I'm standing over you.
Hey, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done?
Beat your ass.
Giving you the biggest payday of your life. You were broke.
Beat your ass.
Beat your ass. Beat your ass. You lost 4 fights. You're 40 years old. Yeah. We'll see.
I like when I get in front of you.
Yeah. Well, I saw you have fucking breath. You don't know about them boxing. You don't know about that boxing
all night.
You don't know about them boxing.
What do you know about it?
You don't know about a
You fought 3 times in your life.
You don't know about a two, bro.
I was this tall.
Yeah, I was on.
I got
Disney.
30 fights.
I was on Disney. I was on
People out the street when you was on Disney.
That's great. That's
Now
great.
I do.
I get paid to fight.
Now I do it.
I get paid to fight. You can fight in the street all
What's
you want.
feedback in the gym? That's what he is. Feedback.
You can
One round, you down.
You can fight in the street.
One round, you down.
Yeah.
One round, you down.
Hey, I'm running up to your best friend. What you gonna do differently? What you gonna do differently? Because you were coaching your best friend. You were coaching your best friend. What you gonna do differently?
Don't bitch out.
Everybody here. You were coaching your best friend.
Adding a no bitch out clause for this dude. Once you start seeing him training and grinding, you gonna fucking go bitch.
Yeah.
You gonna fake an injury.
We'll see.
Where your trainers at? Don't hit him too hard.
You lost 4 fights in a row. You're 39 years old.
And
you're
3-year reign.
You're a bitch.
You're
Stronger. Weak, younger, faster, better, stronger.
And your first round. Benjamin. Booty.
First round.
Benjamin. Hashtag Benjamin.
You're going down to 4 rounds, just like your best friend. Just like your best friend.
Prediction.
Hey, if you're so confident, listen up. If you're so confident, if you win, I'll double your purse. If you win, I'll double your purse. But if you lose, donate your purse to my charity. Deal or no deal. Deal or no deal. If you win, I'll double your purse. If you lose, you can donate the whole purse to charity. Get your money where your mouth is. He won't do it. He won't do
Oh, my neck. Oh. Okay, so hold on. There's a lot of new videos. The press conference ended nappy. I was just watching a live stream version of that. All his losses were on the ground. He never lost the stand-up. Yeah, that's a true thing. Yeah, I'm not yet. I think his stand-up game is really good. I think his ground game isn't as strong. But I think that I thought Woodley won that face-to-face because I think the difference between Woodley and Askren is Askren didn't care. But he, and Woodley seems like motivated. He seems angry, invested. He seems like he's training hard. And unlike Askren, I feel like Woodley was such a good trash talker for Jake. Everything Jake was trying to do worked in the previous press conferences wasn't working. So I'd say Woodley won this face to face. If I'm being honest, I think I saw a focus in Woodley he was really speaking facts. And Jake was just going like, yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm liking Woodley's attitude so far. You know, he's motivated. He seems like he wants to win. Whereas Askren couldn't care less. And yeah. But let's listen to this interview that he's doing, and he actually says, and this is the title: Jake Paul is trying to downplay himself. Don't fall for it. So hopefully we can hear him speak facts. And he's talking about Askren and how he didn't really train him.
I mean, I didn't train Ben for the whole training, so I can't act like I'm in the jail with I-9 all the different places. I just told him one thing. I said, Ben, he got his hands wrapped in your jaw. He's going to try to strike me. So we worked on it, so I'm going to use the same shit I'm going to do. But I gave him something specific to do defensively. And he done that punch would have never made it to his chin. So he has some boxing, has some power. And one thing about combat sports, you look at John Jones, you look at all these different people that are great, they don't hesitate. They don't think. You show me, I show you a whole single, and you just do it, you don't have that hesitation factor. So he's a fighter. He's going to go through all his emotions. He don't have nothing. He's trying to downplay. Don't let him play y'all. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTube guy. Last week he was a fighter. He signed up in the club with the Sixers. He was a fighter. You saying nobody want to fight you? Keep that energy. You're not a YouTuber. You're not a business. How long is it been since you've been on business? Long time. So we're gonna claim that. I can say I'm a collegiate wrestler. That's it. He's just a collegiate wrestler. That's how far he's taken back his wrestling. Right? He's done a lot of shit in between. So besides this fight coming up, what is your game?
Yeah, so Tyron Woodley literally is saying what I've been saying. Is don't let Jake downplay himself. How long has he been away from Disney? You know, last week he was in the club being a fighter. It's like I am really loving Woodley right now. He is speaking facts and he is backing it up. He is trash talking well. I am hyped. It's hard not to downplay a kid who didn't even know how to throw a punch 3 years ago. But yeah, T Wood do feel motivated though. Yes, I know. It's like, and it's like motivation, bro. That is the key to being Jake.
I just want to have fun. I want to train hard, get better. I want to have fun. I want to do things on my team. I want to be the one to call the shot. And I want to go out there and make history. I always make history. I may not always get the credit for it, but I'm always in the first. People hit me up, man, as fighters. All hit me up. What should I do? What about this? All the time. So now I'm kind of
Are you going to train here, Tyron, for the first fight, or are you just going to?
You know what? I came out here. I was for this, for shenanigans with this. There's a gym out here in Miami that I want to give a try. There's a couple other gyms I want to give a try. And the next 2 weeks, I'll have a permanent place. I want to bounce around. I want to get somewhere and put my feet in the ground. Kind of sink in.
What's your favorite, second favorite color?
Black. What's your first? And that's why serious. It's always gonna be serious. Why would I get my body training and then only go half that? I'm going half. But he's a fighter that wants to fight. He's crazy enough to get hit and try to come back. And to him, especially when you go into a situation, I've been there before. He ain't got nothing to lose. When I fought right glove, I got nothing to lose. I was out for 18 months. Nobody expected me to be right. Get right, I don't have the IQ. I love boxing. Like I said, I've always wanted to box. I never really got the chance. So my mom thought it was too crazy of a sport, even though I was street fighting anyway.
Yeah, so Woodley seems very motivated. Like he's I'm liking his attitude. So a lot of my nerves have been taken away.
Never reached out to me. A lot of boxers in 2009, 2010. So he hit me up today saying, "You're a champ. Your resume speaks for itself. Don't take this dude lightly. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give you the technical information you said, but he said, when you need me, I'm there. Call me out. Come slide on. What do you do? Andre Ward hit me up. What did Andre say?
Yeah, so that's pretty much the interviews that they did.
until the end?
Shit. He's gonna get knocked out. That's up to you guys if it ends. For some reason, you guys want to see him fight.
Showtime has signed him to a multi-fight deal.
Yeah, so you're gonna see him again then.
But it seems like if you take away that pay, if you do what you're supposed to do, it seems like you take away that payday of that match with Floyd Mayweather.
I'm thinking about my match. I'm not thinking about nothing else. You're not gonna get past that to get to the next one. Face, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna knock you out. That's real talk. Now, what did you do? No, you talking about me fighting against gorillas, the best in the world, champion 1 and 2. Bad nights off, and then nobody can finish me.
Is this the most personal you felt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving his attitude. I love what he's saying, and I think that I think he's taking Jake seriously, and that's all I can really ask from him.
For sure, I'm gonna continue to do combat sports in general. You always want to fight for God. It's about time. It ain't about what you want to do. You want to fucking fight? Let's fight. If we went out the street right now and somebody pushed me, I don't care what your I ain't checking your fucking Carfax. I'm punching you in your face. So now we get a chance to get paid for it.
What would make the difference between this fight and the one that's gonna Ben?
I mean, Ben's a different fighter than me. Ben's whole game plan, you can't diminish what he did. He's found a way to grope his wrestling and wrapping around striking defensively and also offensively to get you where he wanted you. That was his recipe. We all knew that. So him fighting Ben number one attribute was not striking. Defense for striking potentially and clinching and countering, but that's what I do. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about it. I'm happy. I want to go train right now.
Yeah, so Woodley's made some good points about Askren, kind of what I was saying, that boxing wasn't his strong suit, and that he's just simply different from Askren. And this guy is not he's not doing what the YouTubers are doing. He is speaking cold, hard facts, and I honestly couldn't ask for more than that.
Man, people can say anything. My mom, so for sure, and definitely gonna do whatever he wants. So fighter, because he got into the ring and he fought. He's a fighter now.
Is he any different from his brother?
I mean, if I had to flip a coin and tell you guys who I think, Jake's a little bit more powerful. I don't know who's better. I think he's like that little kid that's a bully, and his lesson is to get his ass beat. And you beat him up, but he laughing the whole time. Oh, you beat me, I leave. The consequence wasn't even severe because he laughed through it. That's what Jake is. But I fought guys like that you hit and they drop like a zombie and they pop back up and you got to do it again and again. He's never walked. He can't even spar somebody close to me because the world haven't even seen what my boxing abilities are. So now he's going to walk across and fight somebody that he don't even have video.
Well, you think the fact that he thinks you're a chance because you're when you're UFC created?
At the end of the day, I'm one of the greatest fighters ever, not just in my division. Arguably one of the top 3, maybe top 4.
Yeah, what Woodley was saying about Jake being a bully, so true. And he was a bully actually when he was younger.
Ever in my division. So when you think about that, anybody can get a punch through in MMA. 4-ounce gloves, different variety of shit coming at you, elbows, knees, niggas swinging at ankles and breaking stuff. So you never know. You prepare for what you saw the person did their last couple fights. Everybody can bring something new out. But what he hasn't done is even been to the 3rd or 4th round. I've been in 5-round world title fights for 3 or 4 years straight. Even after my title fight, 4 or 5 5-round fights in a row, this is what I do.
The fact that you cross over from MMA, and you established fighter in MMA, you've done incredible things, but it's boxing giving you your biggest payday. Is there an issue with that?
Training my ass off. Ain't nobody gonna be big. You see anybody behind me laughing? No, it's real. So at the end of the day, I feel like he has been fooled that he can do this for real. They've gassed him up. And when you knock some people down, you get that little surge that you're invincible until a motherfucker make you miss or eat that shot and walk you down like that's all you got. He ain't seen that yet.
I know a lot of people thought that Ben didn't take it serious.
Bro, I love this guy. This guy is quite literally saying everything that I've been saying. Woodley, please be our savior. Here's the thing. I want Logan to win against Mayweather because I like Logan. But at the same time, if Logan can beat Mayweather, it's very easy to say Jake can beat Woodley. So I feel like we might just see the end of the Pauls in this year. Mayweather is going to, I think, teach the YouTubers what it is really like when you're fighting a professional, and Woodley will probably make Jake go to the hospital. And I think that the Pauls rose, and then they're gonna fall this year. And this summer will end with both Pauls being very badly defeated. And if that happens, like, that's amazing. Like, both Paul brothers defeated by yeah, I see both losing by Bab Savage. I know, it's like, and the thing is if they both lose, I don't see how they're gonna come back in boxing. Because everyone's point will be proven is that these guys can't compete at this level, and so maybe they'll fight a celebrity here and there, but like, Logan's lost 2 times in a row, and Jake's gonna lose probably. Really, if he loses to Usman, it's gonna be like, oh my god, the NFT for that's gonna be awesome. Oh.
You're saying right now that you are taking serious. And
Yeah,
I asked Ben.
I just came from the. That's why I'm running late. I just came from the gym. Now
I
I'm
asked
still
Ben
sweating.
this. What happens if you lose?
You know what I respect? Like, Woodley was late because he was training. I respect that.
He's like, oh my god, like no, like it'd be embarrassing. Like, what happens if you lose this fight?
I mean, what happens if you lose any fight? Is it more important for me to win this fight? Was it okay for me to lose 4 in a row? But I gotta win this one. I gotta win every fucking fight. And whether some shit took me off my bag, I got out of my lane, I got too caught up in the lifestyle, and I really didn't love it. I'm fighting everybody against, Charlo Jr. or Ben Askren. It was still against a motherfucking person that didn't want 68 I could make, but 70 was a bitch. So if y'all think I may look clean, but if I step on a scale in the gym somewhere, you're gonna see 200 plus. So we weigh the same. He may be a little bit taller, but my experience, my grit, I've been in the trenches for a long time. When he was in Disney, I was in the street game, man. I've been fighting. I've been knocked out since I was a kid.
What's the anti-bitch squad?
That means don't see me training hard. Anti-bitch squad, make this a hashtag. Anti-bitch squad. I want y'all to troll the shit out of him and hashtag it. I don't want him to see me training, see me sparring, see me running, see the look in my eye like he just saw, and try to find a way out of this. You talk your way into this. Now you got to pay the piper. You got to get in that.
Now you said a clause. There's a rematch clause, right?
No, I like that rematch clause because I'll take the back twice. I ain't gonna lie. I'll take it twice. I'm not finna lose, bro. I'm not.
No, I'm saying if he
loses, I would definitely give him a chance to run that speed back again.
Rematch clause is like in the contract.
Yeah.
What do you think of the way he actually fights in there? And like, how do you?
He hasn't fought very long.
Yeah.
Like, how many rounds did the KSI fight go?
No, that was his brother. Oh, you talking about the amateur one?
I thought he fought him too.
No, he fought Gibb, he fought Nate, and then
he fought the last one.
The last two, I didn't see the first one. The last 2 fights was too fast.
Well, they're all first.
But the little action that I saw was clean. It was a good defensive. Nate was rushing him. He protected himself, and he came out of shell and cracked. So I mean, Ben, I didn't train Ben for the whole training.
You couldn't even make an excuse for Ben. Yes, sir, you got to pay the price. Yeah. And then I respect Woodley for fighting Jake again. And then he confused KSI. And, man, KSI needs to get back into the sporting world. He needs to make a statement like, I am here. Because I feel like a lot of people either see him in a negative way as, like, windmill guy, or they just don't even know who he is. And, I mean, he's big in music, but I'm like, put respect on KSI's name, guys. Like, that's why I want KSI to fight again, and he will. Like, he will fight again, and hopefully people will really know him then.
So I can't act like I was in a gym with I-9, all these different people. I just told him one thing. I said, Ben, he got his hands wrapped with punch on. I'm telling you, he's going to try to crack you. And the stuff we worked on, which I'm not going to tell, because I'm going to use the same shit I told Ben to do, but I gave him something specific to do defensively. Yeah. Had he done that, that punch would have never made it to his chin. So he has some boxing and some
chemicals.
It would be hard to get a fight for KSI. Yeah, I mean, listen, KSI can fight. I think for, and I said this in the previous live stream that I did, was that I think that KSI needs to, if he wants to fight, like if Jake, unless it's Logan Paul again, the new 032, what's up? So with KSI, like if Jake loses to Usman 2 times in a row, KSI shouldn't fight Jake. And if Jake loses to Usman once in a row, Usman should just cut that off. Jake loses, he is done for. The Pauls are finished. End it. In 2021, let's leave the Paul brothers' boxing careers in 2021. They had their little moment. End it now. Because if you give the villain another chance, chances are the villain might win. And Jake's a villain. and if a villain, you don't resurrect a villain that you defeated. It's like bringing back Lord Voldemort and Harry Potter. You just don't do that. It took 8 movies to beat Voldemort. Hopefully, KSI improves his technique and footwork. Yes, here's the thing. KSI is training right now. There's actually in this recent video, he showed off his physique. The guy, like the physique, the shape he is in is a shape that he could fight in. You know what I mean? If he trained really hard for a month, he would look like the way he looked at the Logan fight. Like he has abs pretty much. Like he's in good physical condition. And he said on Sidemen videos constantly, I'm training, I'm boxing. He's like, I'm either boxing or I'm doing music. So the guy is in the gym. True Jordy said he's sparring with pros. So he's actively getting better. And he's been doing training since 2019. Obviously not at the same level and intensity as Jake, and he's not improving at the same pace that Jake is. But he is training and he is in good shape. And that's all I could ask for him from right now. Now, do I think he should fight now? Yes, because you have to be prepared for that the fact might stand that Jake might beat Woodley. And that's why I think KSI should choose, am I going to box or am I going to rap? Because it seems to me like he won't fight until after February of 2022. And by that point, Jake's either good. If Jake loses, then it's fine. But if Jake wins, he could be 6-0 by the time KSI fights him. And the commission might not even allow it because KSI will be 1-0. And I don't think KSI should fight Logan. I think for KSI, I want him to fight Dylan Dennis. I think that's a good fight to come back in because Dylan Dennis, is a relatively well-known name. He's hated by a lot of the community. And if JJ is able to knock him out, the MMA community and the sporting community will love him. And I don't think he should fight Bryce Hall or Taylor Holder. And then he should fight, I think someone said Chelsea Nunn. I think that would be a really good fight. I think fighting a pro boxer would really raise the stakes for him because he could lose that. But imagine, and they can create hype for it. Yeah, and imagine if KSI beats a pro boxer because, if that KSI could make history as the first YouTuber to beat a pro boxer. And if he does that, the sporting community will be like, what? Like a YouTuber to beat a pro boxer. So KSI has to make some really sound decisions. And, if Jake beats Woodley in great fashion, and it's not just for experience. And clearly KSI will have another fight before Jake, and he said that he will. But to create hype and to get the mainstream invested, KSI is going to have to build up his profile, and yeah. Jesus is Lord. Jesus, have faith in him. 2021 will be your year.
You don't have to. But this deserves some fucking respect. Like, if you can't respect this, you're blinded and you're just a hater. And nothing Jake Paul ever does will ever be good enough for you. Because for me, even if he loses this fight, this deserves respect, even just getting in there. The guy is probably top 5 welterweights in the UFC ever. People want to criticize Jake Paul, and I get it. I know you don't like him. Your call, absolutely fine. But if you're going to have a go at him for padding his boxing record, let's remember that every fucking boxer ever has done that. And let's look at what most boxers' 4th fight was. Because I think Tyron Woodley, while he may not be a boxer, but as a former UFC champion, one with very fast hands, clearly dangerous, lots of experience, been boxing way longer than Jake. The talent, the athleticism that he has as a former wrestler.
I'm listening to Jordy's thoughts.
That is a really hard fight to have in your 4th fight in front of a huge crowd. He is
So Jordy's saying that it's impressive that this is his 4th fight. And again, I want to reiterate, if Jake was not a social media star, he wouldn't be fighting Tyron Woodley as his 4th fight. Why? Because boxers have to prove themselves and fight bums. I feel like Jake doesn't even understand boxing. It's like, that's true. I agree with Jordy, but I just don't see Jake winning. But respect for Jake. The thing is yes, it isn't. But the thing is Jake, if Jake was a traditional guy that came up through the ranks, he would have to fight bums to even get attention of big promoters or whatever. It's not I just hate that Jake said Joshua and Mayweather fought bums, and I'm like, well, because it's because social media didn't exist back then. They had to build themselves up by the ranks. They weren't like rich like you were, and they didn't have social media. And fifth of all, every boxer, to get attention of promoters and to be seen as legitimate, have to fight bums and have to have these winning records. And it's like the only reason why Jake is fighting this guy is because Showtime sees that Jake can make them money. Nothing that none of Jake's fights if Jake didn't have social media behind him, none of these fights would be impressive enough to get Showtime involved or to get Woodley involved. You know what I mean? Like, this is all because of what Jake brings to the table in terms of promotion, not in terms of skill, and yes, it is impressive that Jake is taking this next fight against Woodley, but again, it's not because of but he's not a traditional. He already has a following. He can't fight bums because no one would give him credit for those. But the thing is that's what he's been doing for the entirety of his career, and he kind of walked away from Tommy Fury, which is what should have been this next fight. And while yes, Usman is him. While Woodley is an impressive opponent, he only got Woodley because of his social media following. And not because of his skill level. Woodley isn't fighting him because he was like, wow, I'm impressed with Jake. It's because he knows the money that he's going to get and make from Jake. Yeah. Price Fall just wants clout. That's why he wants to fight KSI. Yeah, exactly. And I believe McBroom is going to is not going to lose. I think Austin McBroom's going to beat Bryce, and I believe Taylor will beat Gibb, and Deadly will beat Vinny. You heard it here first. I know for a fact all of those things will come true. But anyways, but yeah, listen, Jake has proven to be technically really decent for a YouTube standard, but it feels kind of diminished, this fight happening so late. He boasts so much that I'm like, you should have fought Woodley one fight ago. Fighting Askren, it just didn't make sense. And Deji versus Taylor, I don't know because I haven't seen Taylor box. I think Deji will have a weight. So I have seen him. I haven't seen him anyways. I think Deji has a slight weight advantage and height advantage. I think it's hard to tell because we haven't seen Taylor properly fight. But I think that's a 50-50 for right now. I think Deji and Taylor both technically sound and don't rely on power or heart. But I think that Deji's chin and his ability to take punches isn't that great. And if Vinny isn't probably gonna hurt him that bad. But I don't know if Taylor would hit him and how would he react to that. I would feel like that would be Deji's downfall, is getting hit really hard.
Really taking on a challenge here, so I think it deserves respect. If you don't respect it, your call. I can't make anyone think anything. And if some people really dislike Jake that much, nothing he does will ever matter. But I'm genuinely really looking forward to this fight. I think it's when you look at all the fights that we really want to happen from Ngannou, the thing for you. And do you give him a chance? Personally, I do. Oh, you're only saying that because you're his mate? Well, genuinely, I believe it. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know what you think. And where are his weaknesses? And I think that's partly why Jake is the betting favorite right now, is because there's so little footage, because he's smashed through everyone so quickly that people aren't aware of the flaws. Whereas Woodley, there's a lot more to look at. But Woodley should be the favorite. Yeah, Jake should rightly be the underdog here. This is a hell of a challenge, and I'm fucking looking forward to it. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you are a Jake Paul hater or you just don't.
Purdue University Global. Apply now at purdueglobal.edu.
Mike Perry said that Jake was a harder spoiler than Darren Till, but everyone's saying that he's a bum. So anyways, we've been going for about an 69 minutes, but yeah, I care Jake is the favorite. Woodley should be the wide favorite. Yeah, I just think that's because we haven't seen enough from Woodley, any boxing footage. But yeah, guys, this has been a crazy day. 2 big live streams, big events. I was not expecting to come back live. Thanks for coming back and liking and commenting and being a part of the community. But yeah, this fight's gonna be interesting. I might actually, I'm actually kind of excited for this fight, which I'm not really which I don't really do for Jake fights. I don't get excited for his fights, but I'm excited for this one. I don't know why people are saying Deadly's scared to fight Taylor. Deadly hasn't boxed all the time, so it's hard for him to take a warm-up fight. I think that Deadly. I think Deadly has. I think he was smart in fighting. Vinny Hacker, because Deadly is very unreliable. He has proven to not have a chin, take punches terribly, have a terrible work ethic, and not train hard enough. So why would he fight the best of the best when he knows himself to be so unreliable? And I think the Vinny Hacker move was smart. Would you react for it live? The Jake versus Woodley fight. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna be doing live reactions to the Mayweather fight, to McGregor versus Pryor 3, to probably not to the Manny Pacquiao fight, but to the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight, to the TikTok event, to the Jake Paul fight with Woodley. Like you're definitely gonna get live streams of me. Obviously, I'm not gonna show it, but you can watch it and I'll be commentating what's going on. But yeah, I definitely do live reactions to all the big fights that are coming up this summer. So definitely can depend on me to be there. Well, guys, I think we bet. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go because I have stuff to do, and I wasn't expecting to come back live. Got to take my dog out and stuff. So thank you. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to comment, or do the opposite. As you know, I don't care. And good luck with your day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe. I don't know.